Hello and welcome to the Jumpcast. I say this and then I forgot what episode we're on. Um,
86.
86. I am your host for today, Nick, and I am joined by one of my hosts today. Please feel free to introduce yourself.
Hello, I'm one of the Maxes.
Max one here. Max two is still on a little trip. He's learning. He's in college. And to tie back to college, we did not film or excuse me, record last week, just due to, um, well, what is it? Max had finals, and uh, I was feeling a bit under the weather. Um,
Yes.
so yeah,
So,
uh,
where I'm finally free, so I
mm,
can put all my effort into this for the next month. All I'm ever gonna
exactly.
do, I'm just gonna sit in my desk for a whole week, just wait,
Reread
no, not go to work,
chapters.
nothing. Just
Yeah,
no, I'm not even gonna read. I'm just gonna sit there, just look at my screen, have like Discord open, waiting for the new chapter to come out.
bloodshot eyes, bloodshot eyes.
No sleep, nothing.
Yeah. But also due to that little break, we're going to be covering two chapters today, specifically covering chapter 60 and 61 of Kagurabachi. Um, uh, I don't know how to describe these chapters, just a lot of context or a bit of setup. Um, so with that, I'll just get right into the summary, and I'll try to also keep it pretty brief, just because I don't want to talk for 30 minutes about two chapters. Um, in summary of chapter 60, uh, chapter title Resurrection, it starts off with the Kaminabi trying to assess the whole situation on what's going on with the enchanted blades and Hikari. Hikari, he maybe his brain's bleeding a little bit. He overextended himself. And right now he's just kind of chilling in the hospital. Hopefully he can recover because he used his brain a bit too much. They also go over Mr. Samura with the owl eyes, how he's just kind of detecting the whole city just in case an enchanted blade pops up so that he can kill him. He can get rid of him because he's killing all the sword bearers. Um, and after that, we go to um, uh, Chihiro in his hospital room, waking up, and why can I not remember his name? His little mentor, father figure,
Mr. Shiba.
Mr. Shiba. Him and Chihiro have a little bit of a conversation. They talk about Uruha dying, and Chihiro's like, I nearly died. Like, you did die, brother. You were gone for a moment. Um, and they talk about that. Like the contract was broken, but they still have N10. They talk about how Samura may have done that on purpose to just like kind of tell Chihiro, like, bro, step away from this fight. This isn't for you. Um, Chihiro saying like, nah, I'm going to hell. He needs to kind of accept that fact. We then also have the head of the um, I forgot Mr. Samura's group of like ninjas.
Mas
Uh,
Mas you Masumu Mas the Ninja Clan.
yeah, yeah. He pops in. He talks about how Hikari saved their lives, um, and how he's gonna protect Chihiro. And they try to create like a game plan on what they're gonna do with Samura. Which, to summarize all of it, it kind of goes to um, Chihiro is going to join the ninja clan,
It's
um,
pronounced Masumi.
the Masumi. He joins them with the same ninja attire. He's in a little suit, got gloves on. Um, and so then he's joining them because they are like the best option to take care of Samura because their whole point is that they're undetectable by Samura, so they're the only ones that are capable of fighting with him. And so then to go into chapter 61, um, the um, if I can click on it, god damn it. Um, It starts off with them talking at a diner. They are like spoon feeding him. They are taking care of him to the utmost. He's just like, I can eat in peace, brother. And they're just like, nah, we're protecting you. He's like the replacement for Samura, in their eyes. And with that, they talk about whether Uruha died, because they're speculating. They haven't seen his body from like the autopsy room and everything. Like he may actually not have died, may have been put in the same situation with Chihiro, like he was killed for a brief moment, so that he could relinquish his contract with the Enchanted Blade, um, which would be very interesting. They talk about how the Kaminabi, Hishaku, and Samura are in a deadlock, and they're trying to figure out how to break it. Um, they come to the conclusion that Samura had a kid, um, but the kid died. JK, lol, no, that didn't actually happen. Samura requested the help of Max. Can you say their name again?
Masumi.
Yeah, he request,
Masumi. At least
yeah,
that's what Google Translate how they pronounce it. So if I get the pronunciation
yeah,
wrong, please correct me.
yeah. Just he asked his ninjas to help fake her death, and they faked her death, and then they casted a spell on her to not recognize Samura, like so that they wouldn't have any connection with each other. They also point out that Samura, that's kind of how he distances himself from the people that he cares about, is by pretending to kill them, just so that they stay away from him. Um, got some problems there. And so then Chihiro asks, where is she? We then go to Tokyo. Really
Kyoto.
cool. Oh, excuse me, Kyoto. Sorry, they've been in Tokyo. Yeah, they're in Kyoto. And then one of what it looks like a future sword bearer and a member of why can I not remember the name of
Shaku?
yeah, the Hishaku.
Yeah.
He's there with it looks like a little attendant, just like in a little supermarket, talking about how he wants the sword, but they're waiting for the other sword bearer to die. Um, and they are on the quest to also find Samura's daughter, and they're basically just waiting until Chihiro does something, and then we get the last panel of her. Looks like her just in school studying. Um, so yeah, that's the brief summary of it all. Um, Max, what do you think of these chapters?
I liked them. I thought these setup chapters were done in a way that they were still, personally for me, like most manga setup chapters are incredibly boring to me, from my experience, and I felt like these ones kept me very entertained, because I'm assuming Yuru's dead, but you know, who knows? Maybe the sword on the dude's back is Yuru's sword, and they don't know it, so they don't know if he's dead or not, and we'll get that reveal once they like unsheath it or pull
Mm,
it out of the bag. But I don't know. But I liked them. I thought, like I said, I thought they were entertaining. I like that Chihiro is. It's not just like Hikaru. I think that's how you. I think it's different than Hikari. I think it's Hikaru.
okay, it is uh, Curry. I don't know, just because there's a U in there instead of an A,
Yeah, it's
so I just read it as a
yeah.
Curry.
But I like that we're taking a break from like the squad Chihiro's been working with, and we're trying
Hmm.
something new. I think this ninja squad is going to be really cool. Um, I think they're going to complement Chihiro's fighting style very well.
Hmm.
Because their whole thing is like they're meant to not get in the way of Mister Samura.
Hmm.
And I think it's going to take some adjusting for them to not to adjust to a different enchanted blade. But yeah.
Hmm.
Also, I love the little detail in the diner. So in Japan, that thing he's eating, that's like a kid's meal. That's like a classic kid's meal in Japan,
Oh,
and
that's fun.
I love it. I love that little detail that they got him a kid's meal. But um, yeah, no, I like it. What did you think about it?
What is it? I like chapter 60. I kind of like the setup for it. Um, I like it how they're just reassessing the situation and everything. and also the conversation between Shiba and Chihiro, because it actually looks like he's starting to learn something a bit. And I like the ending of it with him joining the Masumi. The chapter 61 is kind of a little bit different. I don't know. I think that Chihiro needs a second. I don't think that he should be out on the town just yet. They even point out that like um his injuries haven't healed yet. Yeah.
Yeah, like, are they trying to
So
make him a walking target? Like, what's the point?
yeah. Yeah, and I know that they're and also because I didn't go into too much detail about it, they're just like if we want to fight Mr. Samura, we can do it at any time because he's literally scoping out the entirety of Japan, waiting for someone to pull out the enchanted blade. Um, I like that they also set up that Samura has some sort of a weakness in being uh his daughter. Um, the uh and the I like the design of the new like sword wielder that's coming up from the Hishaku.
Like the tech wire
He
and
just
everything.
yeah, he just seems entertaining, like a very goofy character. Like he's just like my unrequited love with this blade, which I find very interesting. Which I'm wondering which sword it is going to be because I don't think it's going to be Uruha. Um, and then with Uruha, that was like my only frustration is that they're just trying to keep it in the air whether he's dead or not, which to me really seems like he's not going to die, and he's still going to be alive, which is just like it's a back and forth because I really like Ruha's character, but it didn't feel like there were any stakes in that. Like they just gave the Hishaku another enchanted blade because they felt like it.
His
Um,
death didn't have the meaning it should have.
yeah, like put some gravity in the
Yeah,
situation.
like
Like if he
the
if he comes back and he'll hold the blade, like cool, we'll get a moment of that. But like he if you're gonna give that blade, make it have a sacrifice towards it. Give it so that Chihiro, like um, like they said at the beginning of this chapter, like don't get your hopes up. He's probably not alive, but like Chihiro's gonna be like this guy's alive. This guy's alive. Don't try to like sway us off of that path.
it's too much of like a red herring,
Mhm.
but a red herring in my opinion that doesn't work.
Yeah.
But
Like I don't know, we talked about this before with like other series, t JJK callback, but when people died, there was actually gravity with it, and when they didn't die, there we would be frustrated with it. Great example being Higuruma, uh, towards the end of the series. Sorry, I guess spoilers. I don't know if people are, I don't know. The series has been out for people have had time to read it basically. Um, but the fact that he was alive is just like I really like the character. Brother should have been dead. And I'm kind of treating it with this same thing. Um, I guess the other thing is that like I know that we talked about in last chapters that we wanted a at least I think it was me and Max too. We talked about like a bit of like a training arc.
mhm.
Um, you may have also been in that conversation. I don't know. It's been a couple weeks.
Yeah.
Um, But I'm just learning now that the author really doesn't like training arcs, even though that I feel like it should be implemented because that's like a really good way to have like a good downtime to set up everything when it comes to this arc. Like it would have been um entertaining to show Chihiro like trying to work with the Masumi um just to like learn how to be a ninja and try to be undetectable. But it definitely looks like we're more going to get that like when he pulls out N10 is when that's going to happen. Um, is like Samura's going to come in there and then it's going to be like a whole uh like narrator moment of like Chihiro actually spent like 2 years working with the Masumi to learn.
Because like I love
Excuse me.
those training arcs. If I'm being honest, for like a character building moment,
Mm,
my initial thought was like with this like arc of like when uh like like introducing more sword bearer of like the original sword bearers. My thought was, oh, Chihiro's going to get mentored by them
Mm-hmm.
And then honestly, then Uro's death is gonna have more weight to it. We're gonna like,
Yeah.
because like personally, also my issue with Uro's death is we only saw him for what, maybe 2 3 chapters before this. Like our only,
Yeah, like he was not a very like they try to give him like a centric piece of the plot and then immediately switched it to Samura.
yeah, it's
Um,
it's like the only thing that's like keeping that like had any weight to it was that he's a sword bearer. Like me as an audience member, I didn't feel. I was like, oh, he's dead.
yeah.
Anyways, Samura's a fucking badass. Um, so I was like, I would love to see, and I don't want to see him come back. I hope he's like
He's
I
pieced out.
he's pieced out. Like it's like with JJK. Like if a character dies, let them die.
Mm-hmm.
Now going into that, I think we knew Chihiro wasn't gonna die here.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Oh yeah.
like, there's no way the main character. I mean, I don't know if he was planning on ending the series and just, oh, Mr. Samura
Mm-hmm.
killed
I
everyone.
actually really like Hakuri way more in terms of design and thought process. So I'm just
Yeah.
gonna move on to him, which would have been also fun, but yeah, that's never gonna happen.
Which it sucks that we don't get Hakur's in this because I feel like him, Chihiro, and the oh my god, Masayumi, the ninja
Person
clan,
with the oh yeah.
the him, Hikaru, and
Mm-hmm.
the ninja clan. I feel like would have been, them fighting would have been so cool.
Mm.
Because when they're fighting Samura, he can like teleport them around, and like if they break a weapon, he can just pull a new weapon out of nowhere for them. Um,
True.
it would
I
be
didn't even think about that.
he's gonna be like he's gonna be cool. Hopefully we get I'm assuming we're gonna get Hikaru back. My thought is I know we talked about how the little girl that looks like Anya from Spy Family was gonna heal Chihiro.
Hmm.
Maybe she's gonna be the reason that Hikaru can continue to use sorcery.
Yeah. The I'm betting on that. It's definitely they're setting it up that like it's gonna be like a huge comeback moment. Like, look at him, he's back.
He's gonna
Um,
be like maybe it's gonna be similar to like Gojo almost dying to Toji. He's gonna the core of
yeah.
sorcery. He's going
The
to become closer to that in some
yeah.
way.
I guess another way to describe it is like because I think that also he's going to be trained a bit more and be able to uh like he'd do the ESO thing, like the air pulses, you know what I'm talking about? That like
Yeah.
the rest of his family could do. So I'm akinning it a lot more to, and I know that you haven't read or watched Naruto, so it's hard to like give an equivalent to it, but it's like
Mm.
when it's like when Rock Lee comes back um near the end of like the Sasuke retrieval arc for those that would listen to this. Or like again, I think we've akin this before, like Ichigo trying to save Rukia
Yeah.
um at the end of Soul Society. Like just pull up and like, oh, bam,
I'm a
he's
badass
here.
now.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Because I
Um,
really want Hikaru. I do really like him as a character. I really want him to gain. I mean, like, I mean, since he's been introduced, he's gained a lot of confidence in himself. But to have the confidence in himself to be able to not like be more of like a frontline fighter would be
mhm,
so cool.
yeah.
I would
No,
love to see him
easily
like
like
hold his own against Samura, like him being
out of
able to like
out
go blow for blow or help go blow for
out of
blow.
all the characters that I like in this series, like he is like my favorite, most well-written character next to Sojo, in my opinion.
Sojo was so cool. Also, we got a
Yeah,
mention of Sojo in this chapter
yeah, this
too.
chapter, which was
So
fun as well.
I don't want to tie
But
everything to other characters, but I didn't. My hope is that. Oh my, where was his name? I saw his name. Um, this new potential sword wielder.
mhm,
Um, I hope. It seems like maybe Sojo. I would hope that he in some way mentored him. I don't know if that'd be the
Yeah.
case. It kind of sounds like it with the way he's like, oh, the importance
Give me a
of this.
Sojo replacement, please. That's what we're
Yeah.
asking for. Because he was just so fun before.
Yeah, he was such a good character. I might this week reread that fight, honestly. Or that whole beginning arc because he was such a cool
Yeah.
character. Um so yeah, no,
But
it'd be there's a
it'd be fun to see him do that.
yeah, it'd be there's a lot we could see from here. And I'm really I like you said, the character design in this series is so cool to me. I really like it. Like this
Hmm.
new I like you also used the word sword bearer earlier, and I really
Hmm.
like that because instead of calling them like a wielder, because there's like it in this series there's a big emphasis on like the sin on like sin, and if you are a sword bearer, you're gonna go to hell. So it's more like a
Hmm.
sin you have to wield. So I like that.
Yeah.
I like that like phrasing of it more than like calling them a wielder. So this potential sword bearer, I love
Hmm.
his design. I love this like tech wear kind of look. He's not just like a ninja. Like it's
Yeah.
very like cyberpunky to me.
Yeah. I don't know. Like he's just very. He seems like he's going to be a very entertaining character and a very entertaining villain. Um, I could definitely see him from how they're setting it up and just like I don't know where we're supposed to look, but we're just gonna wait on Chihiro. So I could very much see like Chihiro is just like, all right, we secured the girl, we have something for Samura to like chill out for a second, and then it's just like, oh, she's gone. And then
Yeah.
he's just like uh, uh and it's just him holding the blade, just like, ah, my unrequited love at last.
Hmm.
Something like this. Uh something like that. I think would be very entertaining and to see um his dynamic also with Chihiro, just like talking about how much he loves the sword. While Chihiro's just like, you should not have
Give
that.
that to me.
Please, please give that back to me, please.
It's like you know that meme where it's like give me that. Joke. It's like the not joking part though. He's like just like give me that. Give me
Yeah,
that. But
but
no.
yeah. And with that, I
Also,
think next chapter is gonna be them finding her, and then saying like, "Hey, you're connected to a sword bearer," and she's gonna be like, "Nah, that's not gonna happen. I'm just a regular old person with
I'm just
no
a regular old
parents."
high school girl.
Hmm.
Um. Also, I do want to say I love that Chihiro has a costume change now. I don't know what it is.
Yeah,
Something about a dude holding a sword and wearing a suit looks so badass. Like I don't know what it is, but
yeah, it's fun.
so
It's very fun seeing him in that clean attire. I
yeah.
also like him wearing the gloves. It's
Yeah,
very
I do
interesting.
also like that he's keeping scars. Um,
Yeah,
like his face, like it's not like completely messed up, but like we still have that scar he's had
quite a
since the
bit.
beginning. He's got a few other new cuts on him,
Hmm.
and I think it could be interesting to see like the dynamic of like when they meet Shimura's daughter. She's like, "Wow, you are all cut up. You're a bad guy," and he's
Hmm.
like, "No, no, no, I'm the good guy." And then she
Hmm.
sees whoever this new potential sword bearer is, and she's like, "He looks nice. I'm gonna go with him."
Hmm.
So
Yeah, like that dude's in tech wear. I fuck with
I
tech
fuck
wear,
with
and then
him.
he's like, yeah.
She's like, I fuck with you, dog. So
But yeah, um, but yeah, that's all I really had to do. What do you think?
I don't have a whole lot either, too.
Yeah, but we'll just see next chapter.
And we will be back unless it's a break week next week, which I don't think it is. We will be
I
back.
don't think it is. It shouldn't be, but if it is, that's okay.
Yeah.
Um, and also, I think no, not next week, but the week afterwards, we should be getting Max 2 back,
Yes. It would be.
if I'm correct.
I believe you're right.
Yeah.
So
Um, but yeah, anyways, thank you guys for listening to episode 86 of the Dream Challenge. If you guys have any thoughts, please leave it in the comments. We love to read. We read all of them. Um, but yeah, and I hope that you have a great rest of your week. Bye bye.
goodbye.